It's precisely 6:15. This is the news on Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. News is edited by Lakshman Fonseca and read by Sabrina Zawahir. The headlines. President visits to see the progress of the renovation work of the ancient Ahalepola mansion in Kandy. Foreign Minister held discussions in Seoul with the Deputy Prime Minister of the Republic of Korea. Minister of Environment insists the officials of the Geological Survey and Mines Bureau to opt for online licenses. A special program will be launched to train pharmacists. Litro promises to streamline the manufacturing of domestic gas. The Colombo High Court trial at bar today postponed its judgment in respect of Valikada prison riot case. And in world news, across the world are tightening restrictions as the Omicron variant continues to drive up COVID-19 cases globally. Now the local news in detail. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa was on an observation visit to see the progress of the renovation work of the ancient Ahalepola mansion in Kandy. The 400-year-old mansion is placed in Rajavidya, Kandy. The mansion was used as a prison during the colonial era and as a remand jail afterwards. It is now managed under the Urban Development Board and ongoing renovation work are carried out under the supervision of the Department of Archaeology. The President has instructed the officials to speed up the renovation work as it is an excellent tourist destination in Kandy. Foreign Minister Professor J.L. Peiris held discussions in Seoul with Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Education of the Republic of Korea, Yu Hae. Minister Peiris has referred extensive economic cooperation between the two countries, especially overseas development assistance led by KOICA and the Exim Bank of Korea. Minister Peiris has expressed his appreciation of the benefits derived by Sri Lankans, referring to the 22,000 Sri Lankans employed currently in Korea. The minister also said that the Korean language had been adopted as a subject for the GCE Advanced Level Examination in Sri Lanka by the year 2023. Deputy Prime Minister Yu Hae, responding to Foreign Minister Peiris, said that the government of Korea would consider extensive assistance for initiatives in the field of vocational education and training in Sri Lanka. Minister Mahinda Amaravira warns the Board of Directors of the Geological Survey and Mines Bureau. He warns the board, saying that they will be sacked if not online payment system for sand, gravel and soil transport license applications if not introduced within 3 months. According to the prevailing system, the clients have to report to the head office or its retinol officers. Minister of Environment Mahinda Amaravira has scheduled to launch the online payment system for sand, gravel and soil transport permit applications last year. Minister said about 1,000 to 2,000 people visit the head office of the Bureau and regional offices daily to obtain sand, gravel and soil transport licenses. He added after the online system is introduced, the public will be immensely benefited and the workplaces will not be crowded. The Geological Survey and Mines Bureau have issued over 1.2 million licenses last year. This news is brought to you by Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Sri Lanka Insurance Motor Plus, the best option.
Continuing local news, Litro has decided to streamline the manufacturing of domestic and commercial gas cylinders. Litro Gas Lanka Limited says it has already taken steps to increase its manufacturing capacity. Litro Gas Lanka Senior Manager Chamini Herat Paturages says that the company had already released 220,000 cylinders to the market over the last 2 days. The senior manager also said the company has taken measures to provide a maximum of 90,000 to 100,000 LP gas cylinders to the local market daily. She said the company is optimistic that with the fast issuing of the stock, the gas shortage in the market will be fulfilled in a short period of time to settle the current gas issues. The Colombo High Court trial at bar today postponed for January 12th to deliver its judgment in respect of Valikada prison riot case. The case was filed against 3 accused, including former Superintendent of Magazine Prison Lama Hevage Emil Ranjan, over the killing of 8 inmates on November 9, 2012. The judgment was to be delivered today. However, trial at bar bench comprising 3 High Court judges Gihan Kulatunga, Pradeep Hettiarachchi, Manjula Tilakaratna announced their judgment to be handed down on 12th of January. The court had decided to proceed the trial in the absentia of the 3rd accused, Indika Sampath, who is absconding court since the inception of the CID investigations. With that, we conclude the local news.
In 200 meters, turn left.
This is not just my daily commute. I drive to power my nation's future. Sri Lanka Insurance Motor Plus introduces specialized motor insurance for you who drive our nation forward. Choose tailor-made insurance solutions. Up to 75,000 rupees claim settlements within 3 working hours. Exclusive discounts through Motor Plus loyalty rewards. Easy and 0% interest payment plans. Only from Sri Lanka Insurance.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
A special program will be launched to train pharmacists. State Minister Professor Channa Jasamana says the program will be launched under the systematic procedure. It is scheduled to conduct the training module with the collaboration of Sri Lanka Medical Doctors Association, the Drugs Regulation Authority, and State Minister Sithara Bepola will also supervise the training module. Minister said that there is no proper procedure to train pharmacists required for the private sector. He added, through the new program, the government will be able to provide skillful and trained pharmacists for the private health sector establishments in the near future. That was our main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
In Watchlight, the National Water Supply and Water Board stated that a 16-hour water cut will be imposed on Saturday, 8th January in several areas in Colombo. Accordingly, the water cut will be imposed from 8 a.m. to 12 midnight. The water supply to Dehiwala Mount Lavinia, Kotte and Kaduwela Municipal Council areas, Maharagama, Borlasgamua, Kolonnawa and Kotikawatta Mulleriyawa will be disrupted. That came to you in Watchlight.
Coming up, World News.
The headlines of the world news. Across the world are tightening restrictions as the Omicron variant continues to drive up COVID-19 cases globally. US and Germany warn Russia over Ukraine. Delhi becomes the world's most polluted city by this morning. Now the world news in detail. Governments across the world are tightening restrictions as the Omicron variant continues to drive up COVID-19 cases globally. Macau is banning all international passenger flights, while the United States military is tightening curbs at its bases in Japan amid a cluster of infections linked to its personnel. Australia has meanwhile denied entry to Novak Djokovic, the world's top male tennis player who is unvaccinated. And in China, authorities took action against hospital officials in the lockdown city of Xi'an following an outcry over a pregnant woman miscarrying after she was denied entry, reportedly for not having current COVID-19 test results. Meanwhile, India has reported 58,097 new daily COVID-19 cases, twice the number seen only 4 days ago. Deaths rose by 534, including the southern state of Kerala's updated death toll of 423, lifting the national total to 482,551. The United States and Germany have warned Russia that an invasion of Ukraine would have serious economic consequences. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock spoke to reporters after their talks in Washington on Wednesday. They have condemned Russia's military build-up on Ukraine's borders and are seeking the withdrawal of troops. Russia is demanding a guarantee that NATO will not expand further. Blinken said that if Russia chooses to escalate, the U.S. and its allies will respond swiftly. Blinken also referred to Nord Stream 2, a new pipeline to carry natural gas from Russia to Germany that has yet to go into operation. A series of meetings are scheduled next week involving U.S., European and Russian officials. Delhi's air remained toxic on today too, despite rains lashing parts of national capital on Wednesday and bringing no relief from the pollution. The city's air quality index was very poor. The Met Department has said that rains will continue till January 9th, but no cold wave conditions are likely over North India, including Delhi, during the next 6-7 days. Delhi this morning was the world's most polluted city with an air quality index of 241, said IQ Air, a website that tracks air quality worldwide. Mumbai and Kolkata were the only other Indian cities on the list at the 6th and 7th spot with the AQI of 168-165. Preliminary data from a month-long experiment has shown that indoor air pollution levels were nearly half of the outdoor levels in Delhi during November-December so far. With that, we conclude the world news. Prior to concluding, the headlines of the world news once again. Across the world are tightening restrictions as the Omicron variant continues to drive up COVID-19 cases globally. US and Germany warns Russia over Ukraine. Delhi becomes the world's most polluted city by this morning. With that, we conclude the world news. Next up is the development news.
Development news is brought to you by Let's take all out of the coconut tree and make the island thriving and prosperous. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
The Milco Limited, the Ceylon Phosphate, the Janavasama and NLDB have shown tremendous economic success besides the pandemic disputes last year. Ministry of Agriculture said 825 million rupees had earned by the companies which are managed under the Ministry of Agriculture. Minister Mahindananda Alutgamage said all those organizations were making losses in the recent past. It was 3,850 million rupees lost during the year 2020, he added. That was the development news.
Development news was brought to you by the coconut tree is well grown in almost all the parts of the island. It is an exceptional source of extra income. The shell, the husk and almost all the parts of the coconut tree makes you money, providing you with an excellent extra source of income. It will also help to nourish the economy of the country. You will be guided with all necessary informations regarding the coconut cultivation, with the novel cultivation techniques and all other related and upgraded informations by the Coconut Research Institute, Lunavilla. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
In sports news, the Sri Lanka Under-19 cricket team will play in the Group D of the 19 Men's Cricket World Cup 2022 competition. Sri Lanka Under-19 is lined up along with Australia, West Indies and Scotland. The first game for Sri Lanka Under-19 will be against Scotland Under-19, which will be played on 14th January 2022 at the Everest Cricket Club ground, Georgetown. The team will later take on Australia Under-19 and West Indies Under-19s during the preliminary round of the competition. Avishka Gunawardena is the team coach, and it is reported former captain, the veteran cricketer Mahela Jawardena, is also to stay with the Under-19 cricket team throughout the tournament. That came to you in sports news.
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Business news sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Officials from the Gem Corporation at the Sri Lanka pavilion of the Expo says that a leading gem buyer is keen to purchase the largest gem cluster found in Ratnapura recently. He is keen to pay $100 million, it added. It is also reported the local stalls that were at the Sri Lanka pavilion have already sold over $20 million worth of merchandise, and orders were secured for further orders. Meanwhile, Laksala chairman Lakmal Wickramarachchi said that Laksala too sold handicrafts to the value of over $2.5 million so far. That ends business news.
Business news sponsored by
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Economic news, courtesy of...
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
An interministerial joint program will be implemented to develop infrastructure facilities at main tourist attraction hubs in the country. Tourism Minister Prasanna Ranatunga said that this special initiative is to be implemented jointly by the Ministries of Tourism, Foreign Affairs, Wildlife, Trade, Archaeology and National Heritage. The minister said the program will rectify shortcomings at main tourist sites. That was economic news.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
The Weather Report.
Finally, it's a look at the weather report. Showers will occur at times in Uva Province and in Batticaloa, Ampara, Polonnaruwa, Matale and Nuwara districts. Several spells of showers will occur in the Northern Province and in Anuradhapura and Trincomalee districts. Showers or thundershowers will occur at several places in Western and Sabaragamuwa provinces and in Galle and Mathura districts during the evening or night. Showers or thundershowers will occur at several places in the sea areas off the coast extending from Kankasanture to Hambantota via Trincomalee, Batticaloa and Potuville. Showers or thundershowers may occur at few places in the other sea areas around the island during the evening or night. That was the weather report. Prior to concluding this bulletin of news, the headlines once again. President visits to see the progress of the renovation work of the ancient Ahalepola mansion in Kandy. Foreign Minister held discussions in Seoul with the Deputy Prime Minister of the Republic of Korea. Minister of Environment insists the officials of the Geological Survey and Mines Bureau to opt for online licenses. A special program will be launched to train pharmacists. Litro promises to streamline the manufacturing of domestic gas. The Colombo High Court trial at bar today postponed its judgment in respect of Valikada Prison riot case. With that, we conclude the news and over to my friend and certainly yours, who's always geared up to keep you entertained with a wonderful collection of music indeed.